This is a HeadGum podcast.
Dynamic banter. Mike and Steve are gonna do bits and have some fun. Dynamic banter. Honking horns and ringing bells and making good. Dynamic banter. Don't forget the history road on Dynamic banter.
Great.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, welcome to Dynamic Banter.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you, man.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah. How many times? This is my 7th time hosting the show.
It's been a wild ride.
I'm part of the 7th time hosting the show, the month club.
It's been a wild ride. Dude, okay, so I wanted to right off the top of the bat read a text that was sent to us from Mr. Brett Register.
Okay.
Do you remember this text?
I remember Brett. Brett the Hitman Register.
I remember him too. Never forget. Rest in peace.
Never forget.
His son and I are doing a podcast.
Is that right?
No, so Brett sent us a text.
Doesn't he have a toddler son?
In response, he's not a toddler anymore, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
How old are you when you're not a toddler anymore? Is that like 7?
7-ish? 7, you could legally drive.
Like if you're 6 years old, is that a toddler?
I don't know. I don't know enough about kids.
I bet Google will tell us. I don't want that in my NSA search.
Siri, ask Google how old kids are when they're toddlers.
So Brett sent us a text in response to an episode of Dynamic Banter recently where we talked about Ford versus Ferrari and cars and shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Let's cut to a clip.
Do not spit.
Fuck!
Buzzing.
Wow, what a great episode. So Brett texted us and said, "Hey guys, I grew up watching NASCAR and spent a summer in high school rebuilding the engine of a 68 Dodge Dart.
What a summer, dude.
I saw Ford v Ferrari
Lying out in the grass, looking up at the stars,
sucking
rebuilding
on
an
chili dog. Rebuilding an engine under the moonlight, under the stars.
Just me, my best girl, and a half-built engine.
I'll never forget those picnics in the park with me and my 68 Chevy engine.
And picking up a sandwich with my dirty, dirty hands.
Greasy engine hands. Pouring wine into the exhaust. Because I'm on a date with my engine I've been working on all summer. Can you say I'm hanging out with this girl I've been working on all summer? That's not okay.
You can say, why couldn't you say that? What's wrong with that?
The text continues on.
And we read.
And he says, I saw Ford v Ferrari and all 3 Cars movies. None of them are worth watching. This has been Talkin' Banter.
I like it. I like it, and I miss him very much.
He's a good boy.
It's like, if you want a good time in a movie theater, you tell them to turn off the movie, and you build an engine in the middle of the theater. That's the only way to have fun in the theater.
What if there was a service where you could come work on an engine with some boys?
I'm sure there is. Because you could do everything else. You could go into a room in Los Angeles and smash a VCR with a bat. You don't think you could voluntarily just go tinker with machinery?
Like, it's a summer, like, working on the engine class or, like, club.
That's the male equivalent of the wine and painting classes. Yeah.
I think we got something here, Mike.
I don't want to be a part of this.
What you're saying is you don't want to be a billionaire.
I don't have a lot of time, and I don't know what I would do with all that money.
Yeah, I guess that's the big problem. What do we do with all that money?
Yeah, it makes me trepidatious.
Brett came over the other night. Well, Brett was really excited to show me this movie called Society.
Okay.
And
it's the prequel to Parasite.
It is the prequel to Parasite.
One best foreign engine at Cam's.
It's from 1989. And Brett was like, don't look. He wasn't going to tell me anything about it. And he was just going to be like, I'm going to bring this movie over and we're going to watch it. And we're going to have a great time. We need to do this as soon as possible. So Brett came over and showed me this movie called Society. And it's from 1989, the same year Tim Burton's Batman came out.
Yeah.
And it was bonkers.
Was it good, an enjoyable experience?
It was a nightmare movie.
Like RoboCop. What was it like? Tell me about it.
It was really bad and really great and really gross.
Oh, okay. Lots of movies in the late 80s went that route.
Yeah, a lot of gross outs in the 80s.
Yeah. Big fan.
That's going in someone's DBB, their DB backpack. Their dynamic banter. Oh, the DBBB. The dynamic banter bit backpack.
What are we talking about now?
I'm saying that joke was so good, the audience are going to put it in their DBBB. So here's the synopses for Society. Are you ready?
Yes.
A Beverly Hills teen discovers his parents are part of a gruesome orgy cult for the societal elite.
What is the difference between an orgy and a gruesome orgy?
I found out when I watched Society.
Okay. I should have just waited.
Yeah, if you want to know, you got to watch Society.
Okay, let me pull it up. Let me cut to
You
a
and I
movie.
should watch Society. Let's have Brett involved in that too. Would you watch this?
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
If it was funny and we can get something out of it.
We'll have a fun time as friends.
Okay.
How the hell you doing, Mike? What's new, man?
A lot of things are new.
Yeah?
And I'm a little bit tired. I want to say shout out to my dad's new hip.
Yeah.
My dad called me on so many drugs.
Was it fun?
Yeah, he seems very... My dad's been through a lot of stuff, and he wasn't nervous for this, and that made me really happy.
That's good.
He was like, he's been through so much back stuff, and he had an arm thing, and because he was so physical for so long, he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
And he's been in so much pain that he like couldn't wait to have this surgery. So I'm hoping he gets a little bit of a
Relief
from
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
indeed. From your mouth to dogs
And then right over there to God.
to God.
From dog's mouth to God's ears. You know what? This show has been weird the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's changed a lot from like Cloverfield's times. We were more directed with Cloverfield's times, but it has been the same amount of weird the whole time.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
that's fun.
Yeah. I think we started to become more comfortable with the weird, though.
Let's go back. Let's take a month off and live normal, quiet lives.
And then come back and see if it's the same.
Let's just spend a month in the woods apart from each other
Yeah.
and everybody else, and then come back and you don't talk for a month.
Yeah.
And then the first thing you do is record an episode of this podcast.
Whoa, that's an insane experiment.
Yeah. What amount of money would make that worth it?
I don't know if anybody wants that. Like, some people want that. Some people are like, I'm curious.
I would do it.
But that would mean bye-bye to dynamic banter for too long.
Well, what's too long? You know, we're only here for a blink of an eye.
How many months would it? Did you say it was? Where you stay away? Just 1 month?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that. We
A
should do
short
that.
one, 28 days.
And then we just like load up some like best of episodes or something.
No, nothing.
We just don't release anything.
Nothing.
That's gonna be bad for the algorithm.
You know what? I was thinking about that today because, as you know, I'm a long-running YouTube personality.
You put your whole body into it.
I put my whole member into my YouTube, and I didn't put out anything last week, and part of it felt weird. And I hate the part of me that's like, what about the consistency part of the equation algorithm part? And then I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah. You got to say fuck that.
So that's where I am for a little while. Also, I think that sometimes you got to go away and make people miss you for a little bit. So
yeah,
that's that.
It just sucks that like it sucks that like the algorithm really says fuck you when you go away for a little bit.
Yeah, but
it
they
totally
kind of abandoned people who are following all of the stay consistent and blah 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 rules for a long time.
I guess
so
that's
it's like,
true.
why do you got to keep following the rules if the system's not even going to have your back in the first place?
That's true. That's a great point.
And then the best gift you can give to everyone is to
A kiss.
a 1 kiss and then 2 kisses.
What's the best gift you can give to someone? A kiss? Whoa, old Joey 2 times. Well, he kissed the bullet. You hear about that?
He got a kiss from a bullet on the bridge. Ooh, the more I get of him, the stranger it feels. Yeah.
Hold on, I got a note here, Don. Let me read it. It says Luca Brasi is gonna have a kiss from a bullet tonight if I don't get my money.
Who wrote the note? Are you writing a note in third person?
No,
and
I can't
sending it
see.
to
I
your-
can't read it. Hang on. I just can't read this handwriting. You know who it might be? Joey Bad handwriting.
No other defining characteristics as a mobster at all.
Right. He's just a guy.
You can't send him in with a list of demands. We'll never get anything. Joey Bad handwriting.
What if we said Joey Bad handwriting?
Sounds like he was Joey Broken Hands too many times. What were we talking
Pretty
about?
soon you're going to be Joey No handwriting.
We're going to send Timmy snapping pencils over to Joey's house.
Yeah, what happened to Joey Bad handwriting? They cut off his hands.
That was
It's about the worst thing you could do to him. He loved his bad handwriting.
that was Joey Nub Smears.
Joey Nubs. Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
thank you for joining us this week.
Yeah, what an episode.
We had a great time.
What a good
let's
time.
recap everything we've talked
Okay.
about so far.
Dude, I'm rewatching Lord of the Rings, but I'm watching the extended editions.
Isn't the regular edition the extended edition?
Certainly, yeah.
How's it going?
It's great.
Yeah.
Alana and I are watching them, and watching things with Alana is a really good time because she's just like, she just says whatever the hell comes into her head. And a lot of times it's ridiculous while we're watching stuff. I love it so much.
Hey, why are there no cars in this whole goddamn place?
Yeah. Or she'll be like,
How do you have
"Whoa,
magic
did you
but
see?"
no cars?
She'll be like, "Did you see what that guy's toes did in that last scene at the end of the scene?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And she's like, "Let me rewind it." And she rewinds it. And it's like the guy's toes go like this, like kind of like curl up and kind of stay
Yeah.
until the end of the scene. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of funny that the actor chose to do that, that curl up his
It's
toes.
an interesting artistic choice.
Yeah, but I love that Alana sees shit like that. It's very funny. It makes watching things like that very entertaining.
Does
and
she
weird.
enjoy the movie?
Yeah, oh, she loves it. She loves it a lot.
How do you follow a plot and everybody's toes at once?
You know, because
Because arguably there's one plot for every 75,000 toes in that movie.
I have this thing. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but Alana has it too, and I was like pretty curious about it because I don't hear people really talk about it, but I don't know if I've ever talked about it. But I do this thing
We'll
where
shed
like
some light on it before the show is over.
let's do some ads first. Wouldn't that be perfect if we did the ads right now? Because people would be like, "Holy shit, what's he about to talk about? He's really building this
Dude,
up."
speaking of the algorithm, that's like exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're supposed
yeah.
to do.
Give me a beat for the algorithm. No. Oh shit. So anyway, I do this thing where if I'm like walking anywhere, like I'm looking at the ground to the point where like I find things.
It's been
I saw somebody walking around with Steve on the beach the other day. A bunch of coins in his mouth.
Get back to work.
The coins in your beer.
Old Stevie finds stuff.
Stevie finding stuff.
Stevie Finder. We gotta call the finder.
Oh, we'll get the body. We'll get the body back.
I lost my ring, Joey. What do we do? We gotta call the finder.
I don't know if I'd sit through the whole movie of The Finder.
It would depend on very few things. It would depend on who's in it and who's directing it.
Jason Statham is the dad.
And it's Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
In.
Yeah,
I'm in.
But it's you. You're the.
Oh, I'm the finder?
You're the finder.
I'm in.
But Michael,
I'm in.
Yeah. And it flashes back to when you were a kid, and your mom is like, "Where are my keys? Dios mio!" And then you're playing video game. You're playing Mega Man.
Yeah.
And you point like this. You don't even turn your head.
Right.
You're like underneath the fridge.
Yeah. And then there's a scene with like a wise mentor in my life, and I'm pretty young still.
Played by Hulk Hogan.
And he's like, "Listen, brother. Everyone spends their lives looking up, but no one takes the time to look down." And that really inspires me.
The future is up.
I just like see like I know it's gonna sound ridiculous, but like I find things like I could like I'll see like a coin or something, and I'll be like, "Oh fuck, a coin," and no one else sees that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like no one else is like looking. Like sometimes I'll look down and be like, "Oh dude, look at that McDonald's toy," and there'll just be a McDonald's toy in the street. Nobody cares.
Can I counterpoint?
Yeah.
Here's what everybody else is doing. They might miss the nickel or the toy, but they are like, "Oh, there's everything else."
Right. But I'm just saying, like, you miss a lot of things.
Well, I have no doubt that you miss some things for sure.
Yeah.
But I would argue that you miss a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I do a like a fair share of both, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I have a field of view that's like, you know, normal field of view. It's like you see the sky, you see everything else, you see the ground. You can kind of see it all in one little perspective, right?
Think about what you could see.
For some reason, I do this thing, and the fact that you think it's weird makes me feel like it's really kind of a rare thing. But what I do is I'll see everything, right? I see everything. And then I'll be like halfway to like an interesting thing, like on the ground or something, or up in the sky, or like on a tree. And I'll just be like, "Holy shit, look at that fucking crazy thing up there that nobody was like looking at." Like, for instance, like a weird looking bird or something. Like people will just be like, "I'm too busy doing this and making sure there isn't danger in my way, or I'm making sure that this curb isn't going to suddenly fall into a sewer hole or something."
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, "Yeah, I see the sewer hole. I'm fine with it. But look at that fucking bird." Or like, "Holy shit, there's like a fucking like what's something that's kind of like $20 or something?" You know?
How often do you find $20 on the ground?
Every single day.
I'm a very rich man.
Every single day I only find $20.
So you're perceptive is what you're saying.
Yeah. I feel like I've got a
I
little
don't
bit
think
more
that
perception.
you're alone in that. How can you even gauge that against other people?
Well, because
Sometimes I'll go out just to look at stuff. I'm like, no street today.
Because I think there are people who are more in tune with perception of certain things. And like the reason why this whole example started is because Alana is still enjoying Lord of the Rings and she's understanding everything and she gets the story and she's following it. But she also notices that this person does this fucking weird toe curl.
Yeah.
And it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wouldn't have ever fucking noticed that.
That's so weird because you're so perceptive.
I know, but she's perceptive in things like that, you know? And I'm perceptive in things like there's a shiny thing in the grass.
Maybe she has a foot thing. Have you talked to her about that?
Maybe she does have a foot thing. Yeah. I haven't talked to her about that.
You got to turn around to switchmyfeet.com.
You son of a bitch.
Which is a brand new website.
You can't do that.
You
can't
can.
bring bits from outside of the show.
You absolutely
that makes zero
can.
sense in the
I'll
show.
catch everybody up right now. Welcome to the sponsor, this week's sponsor, switchmyfeet.com.
Why did we do that? Where did that come? Now that we brought it
I
up,
don't
we gotta
remember.
explain it.
No, I'm cool with dropping it. Just imagine a website where you get your sweet fetched.
It's because we were talking about surgeries.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've never had a surgery, so I'm just gonna go in and be like, hey, you guys want to do like a surgery on me, just so I can get some under my belt.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
then
a
you were
little
like-
nervous about surgery. Could you give me a cool one? Like,
Yeah, you were like, can you switch my feet?
Yeah.
And then I said, have you ever been to switchmyfeet.com?
yeah.
And then you were like, onlyfans.com/switchmyfeet.
It's good. It's worth it. Don't knock it till it's worth it.
And then I was like, I'm really proud of some of my friends for becoming Switch My Feet models.
Yeah. Yeah, you did say that part.
All right. Let's do some ads.
Okay.
Let's get these ads out of the way, all right? Mike, for once. Sorry, I got to pull up some music.
Dude, when's Valleyfolk getting back together? Let me say the question.
I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that.
Let me say the question on everybody's mind. When's the reunion tour?
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Let's finally talk about what everybody wants to talk about.
Let's stop beating around the bush.
I like this. This is like aquarium music.
Yeah.
Moby song that you never heard. The man of war is one of the most dangerous jellyfish in the world. A movie song you've never heard. Its sting can be felt and can take down a beluga whale. The best movie song that you've ever heard. It's the best movie song I ever heard. Movie song. Did you know that the Portuguese man of war can kill a tortoise?
Guys, MeUndies is one of the greatest underwear companies on the planet. If not the greatest,
It's the greatest
underwear company on the planet.
I'll go out on a limb and I'll say MeUndies is the greatest.
I'm going to just be honest and say I don't know about every underwear service on the planet.
I forgot
I don't.
everything I knew about underwear when I started getting MeUndies.
I mean, I certainly stopped giving a shit about like, oh man, I got to go get underwear. I got to go to Target and get underwear, or I got to go to fucking Denny's and get underwear.
When I started getting MeUndies, I stopped caring about what people thought about me. The best movie song that you've ever Portuguese man of war can take down a school of dolphins.
But truly, MeUndies made things easier in my life as far as the whole underwear situation goes. They deliver you underwear, and it's the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn in my life.
And it's right when you start thinking, hey, maybe I should get a new pair of underpants.
Imagine your 5th grade self looking into the future.
Give me a second. Portuguese man of war.
And learning that as an adult, you got an undies membership.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, you're gonna have an underwear membership in the future.
What if you went back to the past and that's the only thing you told your 5th grade self?
You're gonna have an underwear membership.
And then your 5th grade self gets bullied for that.
Well, the joke's on them, though, Mike, because MeUndies is known for their super soft undies and their flexible, fun membership.
Yeah. Cut to the montage of you running down the beach in your MeUndies.
If you choose to sign up, you'll get perks like site-wide savings, free shipping, and new undies delivered to your door each month. Go forth, be an adult, and sign up for that undies membership.
It's the best, man. It's like Christmas every time it comes. I get excited for the packaging. They got big, bright packaging. And I'm like, uh-oh, it's new underpants day.
I know. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
And then I like to... There's like a bunch of options on what kind of underwear you get sent. But I always like to choose the like the crazy prints.
Yeah, they're like, just have fun or whatever.
Right, and it'll be like weird shit like tacos or like, you know...
Did you get the pizza one?
I got the pizza one, yeah.
I got the pizza one. I have one with wine on it.
I'm wearing one with pineapples on it. Mike showed it to me. Oh, they're pink.
Mine are pink.
Yeah, that's nice. So that's the thing. There's a whole spectrum of choices. You can get colors and weird stuff. But anyway, I just love it because I pick the, like, go crazy, give me the weird ones.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking wonderful surprise every time I open the package. Mm-hmm. What cool pattern did I get this time?
Yeah.
You've probably heard MeUndies are the softest undies to ever grace your nethers. That's because they're made with micromodal. And what the heck is that? Well, it's a magical, sustainable, soft as heck fabric made from trees. Yes, that's right, trees that make your bits feel like they're floating on a cloud.
Cool pattern.
And they're designed to be the softest thing you've ever put on your body and offered in a range from sizes of extra small to 4XL. So guys, MeUndies is a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. That's a no-brainer. It was so weird to see you not move at all and hear that because it sounded like you were just saying it again. MeUndies is a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. It's a no-brainer, guys, especially because they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So to get your 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/banter. That's MeUndies.com/banter.
You're gonna love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Falzone and I have had decided to join high society.
We certainly have.
By joining forces with Liquid IV.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Dude, I didn't know what to expect with Liquid IV, I'm going to be honest with you. The name kind of scares me.
Yeah. Well, it is the best kind of IV that you can get.
Right. But it scares me because you think that when I think of an IV, I instantly think of needles and shit.
Yeah, but it's not like that.
No, that's not what Liquid IV is. But that's what I think. And so I was like, I don't know if I want this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is this some kind of medicine or something? Or what is this going to be?
What are you giving me, some kind of medicine?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to give anybody medicine. But I do want to give someone hydration.
Yeah.
And that's what Liquid IV is. It's essentially powdered hydration.
You know how important hydration is to the human body, Steve.
I think I do, Mike.
I think we both know a little bit of something about hydration.
I think we know a little bit about hydration.
All right? Cool pattern. Cool pattern.
Here's the thing, guys. Believe it or not, a lot of people end up more dehydrated in winter months.
Did you know you get twice as dehydrated when you die than when...
That's true. That is true. Cold weather makes dehydration harder to spot, you guys, so you're less likely to keep refilling your water bottles. And if you're traveling, dehydration makes jet lag and headaches even worse. Did you know it, Mike?
I absolutely know it.
But thankfully, there's Liquid IV, the fastest, most efficient way to stay hydrated. And I gotta be honest with you guys. Personally, I don't really drink enough water. I don't.
That's interesting. That's very brave of you to admit,
I
Steve.
gotta just be honest with my audience, you know? I'm just trying to be honest.
Yeah.
Thank you, that Liquid IV. Let's get funky really quick. I don't drink enough water. I just don't. And Liquid IV came and rescued me, I think. And I love it. I totally love it. I'm being honest. I love it.
You came in here with a pouch, and I was like, did you already finish all the ones they gave you? And you were like, yes.
Yeah.
I went out and I bought the pouch.
Yeah, I bought a pouch, and I've got it in my backpack because I love them so much. Because I don't drink enough water, and it's so important to drink enough water. And I know I could just be like, well, drink more water, you dungus. But Liquid IV is like it's like 5 glasses of water in one powder packet.
That's really cool.
Let's talk about how one stick in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 to 3 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. Plus,
How does it work, Steve? What's the science behind it?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It's got vitamin C, B3, B5, B6, and B12, and you're going to be frontin' if you don't get it. Here's the deal. If you're dehydrated, try Liquid IV. It's the fastest, most efficient way to stay hydrated. I love it. I totally love it. Oh, and here's some cool shit. Check this out. They're on a mission to change the world, Mike. They've donated 2 million servings to date to places like Haiti, Uganda, Puerto Rico, and Nepal.
Oh, man.
And with each purchase you make, Liquid IV donates a serving to someone in need around the world.
That's really cool. It's like Tums, but for Liquid IV.
Yeah. Sounded like you said Tums, but I know you meant Tom.
I said Tums. Oh, powder. And it tastes great.
Guys, Liquid IV is the fastest. Holy shit, did I get blasted out? My bad. Guys, Liquid IV is the fastest growing wellness brand you can find from anywhere these days. You can find them at your local Costco and Whole Foods. It's non-GMO, vegan, and free of gluten, dairy, and soy, and it's all clean ingredients. And there's convenient TSA-friendly powder packets for travel and helps prevent jet lag and altitude sickness. It's just great, guys. Come on, it's great.
It tastes nice. I had one after I played basketball the other day. And
yeah, that's nice.
It made me feel new and good.
That's perfect. That's the way to use it, my friend. How does it work, Mike? I'll tell you. The optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium delivers water and nutrients into the bloodstream. Into the bloodstream. Into the bloodstream. Into the bloodstream.
Audio Jungle.
Oh, there's nothing better than that. That's the DJ Clue. Holy fuck.
DJ Demo. DJ Free Trial.
Royalty free J.
That's his first album. It's called Royalty Free.
Oh, that's very good.
Okay, so anyway, we love Liquid ID. We love Liquid IV. It's very good. I love it. I'm gonna keep buying it because I love it quite a bit.
I'm glad it makes you happy.
It makes me feel great. So guys, get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code BANTER at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. You should check it out. Trust me. If you feel like you're not hydrated enough and you feel like things don't feel normal in your hydration production.
Also, I'm going to say for both of us that this is not necessarily a substitute. You should still absolutely get off your ass and drink as much water as you possibly can. But if you're in a pinch, if you're working out, if you're at work, if you catch yourself not refilling that water bottle, go ahead and get a little bit of that Liquid IV in you nice.
So guys, go to liquidiv.com and enter the promo code BANTER to save 25% off and get better hydration. That's liquidiv.com, promo code BANTER. Don't wait. Start properly hydrating today.
Don't wait. Hydrate. That's not going to show up for a while.
And offer arrangement sizes of Yep. It's feel like they're floating on a cloud.
I found out long ago. It's a long way down the history road. History road. History road.
Sizes of extra small to 4. Guys, it's time for some history roads. Yusef Gad sends us an email saying, Mummy Beats. Greetings and salutations, you silly chili dogs. My name is Yusef, and I'm a huge two-horn honk double dunk fan of your of your awesome comedy and camaraderie all the way from the land of the pyramids. Wow, Egypt, I'm assuming.
Australia.
The attached
Pyramid schemes?
The attached file is a beat I made while goofing around for my dang left hand to heal, which was coincidentally wrapped up like a mummy's after I'd injured it holding on to the bus on my way back from college.
Holding on to the bus?
Maybe like when you hold the thing when the bus is driving.
Why? I've been getting a lot of emails where people leave out the most important details.
Anyway, he says, much love and honks. So here's the track he made. It's called Show Me the Mummy. Ready?
That's like writing an email to be like, hey, my leg's been in a cast for 3 weeks. Dinosaurs, huh? Anyway, I made this song. Can't help it. Can't help it. The girl can't help it. Oh,
Show me the mummy.
That's the mummy sound.
Steve, we should freestyle over this beat.
Okay. Yo, my name is Karen. We have this mummy chucking ropes. Wait, that was great. Let's hear the end again. We have this mummy chucking ropes. Nice work, Yusef.
That's great. I like it very much.
Jacob Foulcrod. Wasn't he the bad guy in Shrek?
Lord Falcrod.
Or is that the thing the kid rides on in the Neverending Story? He says, a minuscule history road. Hi, bit. This is the guy who accidentally converted that redneck to Judaism. Do you remember that?
No.
Also, Mike laughed at my name, so you owe me this read.
I laughed with your name.
This is less of a history road and more of a flex that I have more TikTok followers than Steve.
Okay, see, now I'm starting to get a clearer picture. I might have roasted this guy.
I would appreciate 10 horn honks in my honor of my fame and stardom. Thanks, boys. P.S. Mike, I forgive you.
Didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that at all.
Here's your 30 horns. Audrey May sends an email.
That was his whole thing?
Yeah, that was it.
He just wanted to say
that he has more TikTok followers than I do.
Oh, man. I would be so upset if I spent a long time on a history road and that one came up and stuff. Falcrod. You sound like a bully.
You sound like a foul crod.
What a that is like a very English thing to call someone. And
Yeah.
he was a bit of a foul crod. The old man on the bridge, a bit of a foul crod.
Sauron the Dark Lord is a foul crod. Audrey May sends an email saying a painfully short history. Get ready.
Okay.
I'm sitting on a bench outside of Hollister at my local outdoor mall.
What does it smell like?
It's probably like clothing, isn't it? Maybe beach lotion.
New cologne that smells more like hand sanitizer than anything else.
But she was waiting for her friend to show up, listening to Dynamic Banter. Thank you very much. Honking horn. Yes, that's right. Trees. There's nothing better than this, other than maybe some out loud 2-person singing. I'm having a great time. That's it. That's the history road. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Nice.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for having a great time. I hope that you didn't spend a lot of your money in Hollister, because you're not going to wear those clothes for the rest of your life. I promise you.
Cameron Alderman sends an email saying...
I know Cameron Alderman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he filmed my stand-up set in Portland
cool.
once. Very talented boy.
Nice.
Made it look great.
Well, he sent a history road saying, "Hello, boys. I work in a typical office, and I often have podcasts playing in my earphones. I haven't heard earphones in a while. I was listening to a recent episode and a segment where the ET cum sound was being spammed made me laugh out loud." That could be any episode, truly. At that moment, my boss, a very no-nonsense older guy from Chicago, walked up behind me and asked what I was listening to.
Oh, no.
For a too long amount of time, I thought about how to explain that I was laughing at a comedically timed soundbite of cum. So naturally, I replied, "It's a podcast called Stuff You Should Know with Josh Clark and Chuck Bryant.
Oh,
you should check it out."
Cameron, you sell out. You goddamn sellout.
What's that?
Being a sellout?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the chance to spread the good word of the podcast, and he sold us out.
I mean, it's a thing to be ashamed of listening to Dynamic Banter. That's a new one.
Yeah. I think you're going to have to take a long, deep, hard look inside of yourself if you're ashamed of listening to this podcast.
Martha Dale sent us an email.
Okay. That's a lot. How is there anything left in the can?
Saying, "Hi, baby boys. My name is Martha. I'm a 20-year-old summer girl from the UK.
Please welcome
I found out.
I'm not sure if you'll ever
It's like
read
when you
this."
skip around a CD.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
Okay, maybe.
No.
It's been
My name is Martha. I'm a 20-year-old summer girl from the UK. I'm not sure if you'll ever read this, but I just wanted to thank you both. I suffer from bipolar and severe anxiety, and the last couple months have been really rough for me. I've had to drop out of university because of my health problems, and I've pretty much been confined to my house alone most of the time because I'm on some new agoraphobic shit, which is as fun as it sounds. I know you know what I'm talking about, Steve. 100%. There's been... Yeah, I do know what you're talking about, but
it's been
a long time since I felt that way. It actually wasn't.
It's been
Not that long. There's been many a time I've thought about just ending it all. No, never do that.
Oh, no.
And I'm sure I'll have many more of those to come. Ooh, that's not the way to go about thinking about that.
You could also have many less of those to come.
Yes, that's the better way to think
It's
about
another
that.
possibility.
But this podcast has given me a glimmer of hope when everything else in my life has been so bleak. I recently re-listened to the episode where Mike talks about his kidney stone ordeal. Your kidney stone story really gave her a new perspective to appreciate the little things, and even when it seems that all hope is lost. And for whatever reason, your crazy, chaotic noise fest of a podcast never fails to make me smile and ease my anxiety. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All the best, Martha.
Thank you, Martha. We love you very much.
Yeah.
Please stick around. Also, shout out to you for not being a sellout like Cameron.
Here's my deal to you, Martha. If you be strong and you push through the tough times, then I will be strong and push through the tough times. And that's a promise. So please do your best to think positively and know that, sure, tough times are ahead. You know, that sucks, but you can't think about that because that's going to just ruin everything and it's not going to help. You got to push through those thoughts and know that even though there are bad times, there are also good times, and the good times are a million times better and more fun and good and better for your heart and your soul than any of those other things. So,
and if you're always worried about what's gonna happen, you're gonna miss out on what's happening right now.
Totally, and you cannot. So please don't. As long as you stay strong, I will stay strong. Okay, Martha. So that's my deal with you. Wow, that's the longest history road I've ever seen, and that's never gonna be read, I think. You know what? Fuck it. Let's read it. Let's go for it.
Okay, but
Okay.
after this,
Yes.
can we play 2 rounds of everyone's favorite game show?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course we can.
Maybe I'll write one more during this long history road
Great,
when I
perfect.
undoubtedly zone out.
Yeah, leave me alone for this one.
Steve, you're a great reader. Why don't you just wake me up when this is done?
Connor Shumway sends us an email saying, History Road, Cockfight, and Smart Darling.
That's not even a good. Here's what's coming. You know, I've learned nothing from that intro. What was that?
I think that was me buzzing, going the desert,
Desert
in
and
the
gone.
dent. Hey boys, long time viewer, first time roadie. Boy Schmody. I've been a fan of you rascals for quite some time. I always remember the time I saw Steve and Meg at DeFranco Live in Tampa. What if it was like, I'll never forget the time I saw Steve and Meg making out.
I'll never forget. It's been a long time, fan. We'll never forget the time I saw Steve and Meg hide that body after they hit that kid with the car.
I can never forget that time I saw Steve punch Meg
In the body.
behind a curtain at Playlist Live.
Yeah, I'm already not okay with
I'm
this.
already not okay with it either. I thought it was the bathroom.
I once saw Steve force a Bluetooth speaker into himself at Playlist Live. Not a sponsor.
Oh, God. I'll never forget that time at VidCon I saw Toby Turner spit on Steve.
I'll never forget that time at Playlist Live where I bought 750 $50 t-shirts. And then Steve Zaragoza's Wizard Rock Band pissed on the first and we read.
I'll always remember the time I saw Steve and Meg at DeFranco Live in Tempe, Arizona, when Phil proposed to his wife. I wanted to ask Steve what kind of underwear he was wearing, but Ross cut off the questions right before I got to ask my questions. That sounds about right.
Come on, man.
Please answer now. Mike, God love you. Please answer this question right now as well. We already did it. I'm wearing pineapples and you're wearing a pink.
That's what this whole
MeUndies.
thing is about?
No, it's a long one. I told you. Remember? It's real long.
That's why I was so confused at the terseness of it.
I respect your sword collections, it says in a separate line.
Is
And-
that a like a slang term for boxer shorts?
And then it says, now here's a history road for you. I recently moved from Arizona to the land of Saigon, Vietnam,
I come from the land of Saigon.
where the air is as thick as the fish sauce and the smell is as strong as the 150cc Honda motorbikes.
It's good imagery.
People here enjoy a life of lax rules and fantastic amenities, such as heavy metals in the water, cancer in the lung, and the best damn street food this side of Goofville.
Dude, that does sound like a Time Life music collection.
Right. I settled on living in a district above the city center out of most of the hubbub of city living, but still close enough to where I can enjoy the comforts of the city. Okay. I found this nice little apartment tucked into an alleyway with all your creature comforts. Heated water, room cleaning twice a week, and what's this? A smart elevator named Smart Darling. Okay. And there's a picture attached of the elevator buttons, I guess. I love Smart Darling. He comes equipped with full 1080p HD display as well as a full color optimizer. I never knew I needed Smart Darling in my life, but now I know he's my best friend.
Long story short, I've been living in the elevator for a month and a half.
Here's where things get juicy. I ride Smart Darling, my love, up to my room with all my objects.
This dude fucked the elevator.
I go to sleep for the first night, only to be woken up at 4 a.m. by a creature of the night. Uh-oh. It sounds like there's a murder happening outside my window. I wipe the gunk from my eye and peer out my window. Little did I know, there is a rooster living in the courtyard below. This wily bastard continually wakes me up at the butt crack of dawn and doesn't stop his blood-curdling bukkakis until about 7 a.m. I'm not happy that Smart Darling didn't warn me about this. I put up with his feral cries for a couple of weeks until one afternoon when I'm pointing my head out my window to enjoy a Saigonese smog bath, I see Trash Man, the old man who owns the courtyard and burns trash in it on the reg, down below, staring lovingly into the eyes of the black cock demon, stroking his head, swapping secrets. I'm perplexed by this. I love Trash Man, and he loves these chicks just the right amount. Sometimes I'll catch him in his courtyard while he's burning his trash, sitting in front of his chicken coop with his karaoke machine, singing all the Vietnamese classics to his cooped fowl. God, I love Trash Man. Wow, this is amazing. What a slice of life.
This kid needs to meet somebody else. He's in love with the Trash Man and the elevator.
His best friend is an elevator, and he loves to watch the Trash Man sing karaoke at his chickens.
This is that movie Her, but Her is a chicken.
So anyway, he's staring his cock down deep into his soul.
Nice. Now we're getting good.
All at once, he puts the beast down. And another opponent darts around the corner, a smaller but blacker cock. We'll call him Maslow. He puts the beast down.
Dude, this is like in Zelda, where you start hitting the chickens and then
they come after you. The two creatures square off, necking each other like two hormone-ridden teenagers under the bleachers, sucking on chili dog. Maslow throws a 1-2 jab. Black Beauty dodges. Black Beauty throws a flying double scratch. It lands. I run to grab some nori seaweed, Lay's potato chips, and rush back to the window to see how this unfolds. It's like a cockfight or something? This guy's training cockfights?
Nice watching cockfights in a ring of fire. Jonathan Cash.
The squabbling cock demon throws scratches.
Hold on. Please read that again.
The squabbling cock demons.
That's great.
Throw scratches and kicks and blips and chits and writs back and forth for what seems like minutes. Things were getting tense. I was absolutely rooting for Maslow, as I know he's the softer, kinder chicken of the two, and he doesn't wake me up at 4 a.m. in the mother-loving morn. I was crying. They were heaving. Trash Man was dancing and throwing his goddamn palms to the sky. It was truly a fantastic fanfare. After 3 minutes of this chicken party, Trash Man intervenes and chooses his winner, Black Beauty.
It was a little wing.
Right.
Title belt on
ding. It was a horrible upset. After that, Maslow disappeared, as well as the rest of Trash Man's chicken coop. I was relieved to know that Trash Man gave up his new hobby of cockfighting, and I was free from the howlings of a tortured cockerel. I rested my head to sleep for the night a couple nights after the incident. As I was drifting to sleep, I heard it. Black Beauty was back again. Les Fiends. God love you, boys. Take care of those luscious butts and get Goofy the fuck out of here.
Thank you so much for that vivid tale of almost a fatal cockfight.
It's a little slice of life from Vietnam.
And it's so much different than it is here. And it's stories like that that highlight the differences between the two countries.
And truly, at the end of the day,
aren't we all? I think the answer to that is yes.
And at the end of the day,
is this the game show?
yeah, is it time?
Yeah, it's time. I have 2.
Okay.
I wish I had one more.
Okay, 2's fine.
Okay.
2's fine, and then we could kill it, and we could get out of here.
Okay, welcome back, everyone, to some people, at least, favorite game show. Be nice. Or don't be nice. We still don't have any applause, huh?
Oh, sorry.
Hey. Steve, you already know how the game show works.
It's been
Steve, you already know how the game show works.
Yes, I do, sir.
I'm
But for
gonna
those
tell,
of us at home that don't know,
well, here we are. I'm going to tell you a scenario, and you choose whether I, Mike Falzone, one of your BFs, would, in this situation, be nice or not be nice. We usually have a prize on the... What? What? What's wrong? What noise was that?
He slapped
Did you
his
make that
hand down.
noise? Oh, all right. Mystery salt. Retractable sounds. There's 2 questions. If you get them both right, somebody wins a prize.
all right, I love this game.
Okay. Steve, as you may or may not know, I help book a show on Mondays where a bunch of my friends can work out new stand-up material.
Yeah, I heard of it.
I booked somebody who came somewhat highly recommended. There wasn't that many people there. There were people talking in the back. And the person on stage looks over at me, who was taking pictures of the show. And they say, with a wink, "Hey, thanks for booking me on this one, Mike." In a sarcastic tone, as if to say maybe they weren't having the best time. Is there anything you need clarified about?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Steve, so I must ask you, in the minutes following this snide interaction, did your friend Mike choose to be nice or not be nice?
I'm going to say don't be nice.
Don't be nice is correct. Great job, Steve.
Yeah, 100% don't be nice.
Yeah, man, there's too many comedians, and if you're going to be ungrateful about some stage time,
Absolutely 100% don't be nice.
That's a
ridiculous.
don't be nice.
That's a ridiculous situation.
I'm going to underline it. Steve, unfortunately, the only other scenario I have for you has to do with my wife Zoya and her interaction with a homeless man.
Uh-oh.
There was a homeless guy making a ruckus outside of a liquor store about needing a drink. Zoya goes into the establishment, buys him a water, to which he looks at it with disgust and hums it back at my wife Zoya.
Whoa, what?
Steve, in this scenario, if I were there, and I was not there, but if I was there...
Would you have killed him or...
Steve, let me ask the question. Do you think I, Mike, one of your BFs, would be nice? Or not be nice? We'll be right back. Take some time out for the ads. SwitchMyFeet.com is where you can go get your feet all switched out
Today's episode of Dynamic Banter is brought to you by tomatoes. Tomatoes are new. The science just created these tomatoes. They grow out of trees. Tomatoes are sweet and delicious, and they have seeds inside. You can chop them up and put them in your salad, or maybe in a sandwich. Get these tomatoes and we can get it. Don't forget to get these tomatoes, and they're wonderful. And don't forget they're 100% vitamin C in their fruit. Wonderful sweet nutrients. So go and get your tomatoes today.
And
Mike-
we're back.
Mike, I'm going to say that you need to destroy that person. That's a not be nice.
If I knew what he looked like, Steve, he would have already been unrecognizable.
What did Zoya do? I need to
Zoya,
hear about it.
Her friend flipped out and was like, "How dare you? That's so rude." And Zoya went and got the water and brought it back to her car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, Ryan shared a story with me this morning. Let's bring him out. About how he offered a homeless guy a sandwich and he didn't want the sandwich, so Ryan took it back and ate it, thus resulting in pink mouth coronavirus for Ryan.
Oh, good job, Ryan.
And then he broke the man. Ryan took it amongst themselves to break the man. But I think it's a West Coast thing, because I've offered homeless people food time and time again, only to be sworn at or...
Wow, really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I've only been met with graciousness, and
That's
like
great.
whenever I give, like I'll leave a restaurant with my leftovers, and there'll be a guy there, and I'll be like, "Here you go, man. It's a little spicy or whatever. Or like, don't worry." Or I'll just say like, "There's no tomatoes. I'm sorry," or whatever, and he'll be like, "Thank you so much." Like, it's just very...
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But sometimes they say things like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?"
Oh, dude, I would lose it. I think
Yeah.
I'd lose it. I'd be like, "You are in no position to be a piece of shit to me, sir."
Yeah, maybe empty out the box and build a house with it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you could do. And I'm like, you know how many homeless people we got going here.
Yeah, it's
If I had
starting
dude, last time I was on a plane, they gave me a little blanc hair, and I took it home and I gave it to this dude who lives outside this church that's near my house.
Nice.
So we got we're looking out for him.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
What else can you
And
do?
then-
You know, they're down on their luck, or they're sick, or
Yeah. Yeah. And then I have a lot of empathy. I say, what if I'm in... What could I have done to maybe be in that position someday?
Yeah.
And you're like, I hope people look upon me fondly, even if I'm a little off.
Yeah, of course.
And then you're going to throw water at my wife. You're going to get got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be found.
But what, Ryan?
The guy specifically said, "I wanted cigarettes, asshole."
Oh, I wanted cigarettes, asshole,
Jesus
instead of Ryan's
Christ.
sandwich.
And be like, you're in no position to demand a goddamn thing.
Yeah, he comes back 45 minutes later. He's trying to roll up a sandwich and smoke it
What
like
a piece of
cigarette.
shit. That's, oh man, I would lose it on that guy.
There are pieces of shit everywhere. That every class of human being has its own little pieces of shit, and you just gotta wade through them until you find the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah,
You know,
it's disappointing.
for every homeless guy who's a piece of shit, there's another one who's really good at math.
And we can take that and we can do with what we want with it, you know? Guys, thank you so much for listening to Dynamic Banter today. Thank you for the game, Mike. It's always fun to play.
Yeah,
Did it Disney me nice or not? And I had a great time today. What an episode. Do you have any plugs, my boy?
Fuck yeah, I do, dude. This weekend, as the crow flies, I'm in Reno, Nevada, performing at both the Lex nightclub and the Pioneer Underground until Saturday, the 29th. We're gonna have a great time there. March 6th is the next improv crowd work show in the round. Gotta come to that. Plenty of tickets left for that. It's gonna be an awesome time. We got Dean Del Rey, Brian Moses, Griff Pippin, Rachel Scanlon, who's one of the funniest people that I've known, and we're gonna have a great time. Cone that. Of course, that's Spanish for with that. March 9th, I'll be at the Flappers Comedy Club. Come get dinner and some flappy tots in you. March 14th, I'm at the Siren Theater, and that's right around the corner. Tickets are almost gone. Come and sell out the goddamn Siren Theater. Have a great time with me in one of my favorite cities in the world, Portland, Oregon. And then, of course, the 15th and at midnight on the 16th, I'm going to be at the Stand in New York. Tickets for the first show on the 15th, as the crow flies now, are half sold out. Go ahead and sell them all the way out. And starting this next upcoming week, June 18th, which is a Thursday, Comedy Store La Jolla tickets will be on sale. So important that we sell that one out.
They weren't
Come
clapping
hang
for that
out
one.
with us. Yeah, but they
clap
were
for the
interested
month.
in what.
They clap for the day. They clap for the venue.
Maybe they were trying to hear the details of the story. Maybe they were so intrigued.
It's an honest audience.
Yeah.
They like what they like.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you'll like selling out the La Jolla Improv. And there they are, and they're back with us on June 18th. Tickets available next week. So Portland, New York, Reno, all over the place. Come hang out. Little update on my dad. He's out of bed and sitting up in a chair.
Yeah, that's great. What a trooper. Damn, he's sitting up on a new hip?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had like a 10th of that kind of strength.
He also got... Steve hasn't sat up in days.
I don't know how to sit up. I have a pulley that pulls me out of bed.
It's
And
on
then
the
it-
pulley to our
It
house.
rises me and then
It's
it pulls
just
me.
off camera. Steve pulled himself to this house. There's a zip line from my house to Steve's house.
It like puts me upright and then I just walk out of it. All right. Well, guys, thanks for listening to the show. Mike, great job. Ryan, great job. Retractable banners. Goodbye, Mike. Thank you for everything, and thank you for your friendship.
Goodbye forever, Steve.
Goodbye, Mike. This is the last episode of Tiny Banter.
That was a headgum podcast.